Kids. They grow up so fast. One day they're taking their first steps, and the next, they don't fit into the tiny sneakers they took them in. You blink your eyes and their princess dress is 2 sizes too small, and their dinosaur backpack isn't cool anymore. But don't cry because they're growing up. Smile, because you can profit off of it. For real, there are a bunch of parents on Depop looking for the stuff your kid just grew out of. Download Depop to start selling.
Marshall's buyers are hustling hard to get amazing new gifts into stores, right up to the last minute. Like a designer perfume for that friend who never RSVP'd, wish list topping toys for her kids who came too, Belgian chocolates for the neighbor, a cozy scarf for your boss, and a wool jacket for your husband that you definitely did not almost forget. Marshalls, we get the deals, you get the good stuff, even at the last minute. Phew. Find a Marshalls near you.
This is Optimal Health Daily. Suck at New Year's resolutions? Here's how to fix them. Part 1 by Steve Kamb of nerdfitness.com. And I'm your narrator, Dr. Neil. Happy Monday and welcome to another edition of Optimal Health Daily, where I read some of the best blogs covering health and fitness, just like an audiobook. Now today's post is a bit longer than what I typically narrate, so I'll read the first half today and then finish it up for you tomorrow. So for now, let's get to it as we optimize your life. Suck at New Year's resolutions? Here's how to fix them. Part 1 by Steve Kamb of nerdfitness.com. Unless you have a great plan of attack, a New Year's resolution is about as useful as a flux capacitor on a car that can't go 88 miles per hour. See what I did there? It's that time of year again, and I want 2019 to be the year you actually accomplish stuff. Getting your first pull-up, running your first 5K, learning to play that piano that sits there unused, taking that first trip overseas. And the way you're going to do that is by saying no to resolutions. Yep, the guy who built his life around goals and wrote an entire book about it wants you to stop making resolutions. Why? Because New Year's resolutions, as most people think of them, are hollow. I'm going to exercise every day. I'm going to start flossing. I'm going to eat better. Let's be honest, we know these things aren't going to become habit. We declare a random hodgepodge of nebulous goals, and then we look back at year's end and realize we never really got out of the starting gate. Want to actually get stuff done? You don't need resolutions. Here's exactly what you need instead. Step 1. Screw motivation. Well, I told myself I wanted to run more and eat better, and I was motivated for a few weeks, but then life got busy and it kind of faded away. Oops. Sound familiar? A few months back, I stumbled across a response that perfectly encapsulated why we fail at making changes in our life. I wish I had the willpower to eat healthier. I'm just not motivated to exercise right now. I'm just waiting to be inspired for the adventure I want to have. Motivation and inspiration can certainly help to get started, but without understanding how our crazy, irrational brains work, we're doomed to another year of, oh yeah, I forgot I said I was going to do that. Motivation can get you started, and that's great. I don't care what gets you started or how you got here, just that you're here. Remember, rule number 1 of the rebellion is, we don't care where you came from, only where you're going. But motivation wanes, and inspiration fades quickly when life kicks in. If you're going to succeed this year, there are 3 truths that you need to learn immediately before we move on to anything else. Number 1, we are creatures of habit. Number 2, we are products of our environment. And number 3, we are the average of the people we associate most with. So to accomplish things this year, you need to build systems that deliver success. Systems take willpower out of the picture and set you up for success by routine. So instead of always trying to remember where you put your keys, you hang a nail by your door and always hang your keys up when you walk in the door. Instead of trying to summon the willpower to cook healthy food each night, you cook 5 meals on Sunday to quickly reheat daily. Instead of having to remember to follow up with people a month from now, you set up Google Calendar reminders to do it for you automatically. Systems don't rely on motivation, willpower, or inspiration to operate once they're set up. They are emotion-free. Systems make your default behavior, I'm going to do this, fill in the blank, awesome thing. Want to actually get things done? Screw motivation and manufacture discipline. How? Step 2, build the habit. We are creatures of habit. That decision to sit on the couch instead of going for a run isn't just a lack of building the habit of running. It's reinforcing the habit of sitting on the couch. The decision to eat fast food rather than something healthy isn't just a decision to not eat better. It's running through and reinforcing the behavior of eating junk food. Our brains are always looking for the path of least resistance. And when you perform an activity over and over again, it requires less brain power to get you to do that thing. Remember how tough it was to drive a car for the first time? Now it's something you can do with your eyes closed. Wait, no, don't do that. When you're looking to build a new habit, start by keeping the habit small and actionable. Make it black and white. I did this or I did not do this. The smaller the better. A 5-minute walk. 5 minutes of playing the piano every day. 250 words written in your book. Next, you need to put a system in place and set up a reward/accountability system that does two key things. It increases the pain associated with skipping the new habit and increases the pleasure associated with completing the habit. You need to take the power away from your brain to say, I can skip the run this one time, or I just don't feel like it. On the positive side, if you go for a short run every day for the next 4 weeks, you earn a new pair of running shoes that encourages you to continue running. Reward yourself with things that reward you back. On the negative side, conversely, every day you skip a run, your friend will donate $50 of your hard-earned cash to a political cause you hate. Might as well just do the run, right? If you rely on just yourself without systems, your brain will default to the easiest path. But if you set up these incentives correctly, you take the power away from your brain that loves to justify being lazy, and you will naturally start to build your new habit. Increase the pain associated with a punishment for skipping the new habit. No running equals losing money, for example. And increase the pleasure associated with building the new habit with a reward. Running equals new clothes or a class or doing something fun that I love. One way to create these systems is with the examples you just heard. Another way to build these systems is through hacking our environment. Step 3. Hear that on tomorrow's episode. You just listened to part 1 of the post titled, Suck at New Year's Resolutions? Here's How to Fix Them by Steve Kamb of nerdfitness.com. And I'll be right back with my commentary. You know you want to start a business. What you may not know is how to make it a reality. GoDaddy Arrow's got you. It uses AI to help you find the domain name that's right for you. Next, answer a few prompts, and with a couple clicks, Arrow will design a professional-looking website or storefront in minutes. Arrow can even help you stay engaged with your customers. Just attach a professional email that matches your domain. With GoDaddy Arrow, you can build a business without having to know a thing about this stuff. Just visit GoDaddy.com to get started. That's GoDaddy.com. Premium features require paid subscription. See terms on site. Right now, there's a talented person out there who could take your company to the next level. Do you want to hope they see your job post before your competitors? Or do you want to match with them with Indeed sponsored jobs? Sponsored jobs boost your post for quality candidates so you can reach the exact people you want faster. I love that Indeed speeds up hiring. When I've hired in the past, the process was overwhelming. I wish I'd used Indeed. Spend more time interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Less stress, less time, more results now with Indeed sponsored jobs. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to help get your job the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/health. Just go to Indeed.com/health right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/health. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Do it the right way with Indeed. Dr. Neal here for my commentary. I couldn't agree more with what Steve's mentioning here. If you've listened to my podcast for any length of time, I would say longer than a month, a lot of these themes will probably sound familiar. It is true, we are built somehow to preserve calories. Blame our ancient ancestors for that. Calories were hard to come by way back when, but nowadays, not so much. In fact, the drive-thru is probably one of the best inventions the food industry ever came up with. Think about it. You get hundreds, if not thousands of calories delivered to your car. You do not have to get up out of your car. You just have to speak, reach for your wallet, hand the cash over, and receive hundreds, if not thousands, of calories. Our ancient ancestors, this would have blown their minds. You can get all of these calories and you don't even have to barely move. And in fact, even if you don't really want to move all that much, if you just basically dangle the money outside of your car window and you don't reach all the way over, I guarantee that drive-through worker will reach over for you, get your money, and reach all the way into your car to give you your food if you don't want to reach. So you barely have to move to receive hundreds and thousands of calories. And it's cheap, let's be honest, some of it tastes good, and it's quick. These are all things our brains and our bodies love. So drive-thrus and fast food are like the perfect habit-forming model. We need to use that same model when it comes to promoting healthy behaviors. Oh, and like I said, something we're going to talk about tomorrow, hacking your environment. Think about it this way. Isn't it always interesting that McDonald's is facing a main road, or usually a highway or a freeway? It never fails. You always see a McDonald's along a stretch of highways that people usually use a lot. Not only that, but ask yourself, what part of the McDonald's store actually borders the highway? It's usually their play area. Why? Well, when kids are sitting in the back seat, maybe when they're not glued to the TV or tablet that they're watching, if they're looking around and looking out the window, guess what they're going to see? The McDonald's playpen. That looks like fun. They're going to beg their parents to stop. They have hacked the environment. So again, we just need to think smarter and do this for ourselves. Now, really quickly, before I go, check out and subscribe to our other shows if you enjoy this one. You can hear a lot more topics being read to you for free. Just search for Optimal Living Daily in your favorite podcast app or on Spotify to find the others. All right, that'll do it from me for today. Thank you, as always, for subscribing. Thank you for being here every day. I hope you have a great start to your week. I'll be back here tomorrow to finish up this post. So I'll see you there where your optimal life awaits.